Hello and welcome to the presentation of a classroom-based listening research project, type of listening knowledge and forms of assessment identified in a Colombian context. Our objective is to characterize the listening assessment EFO teachers use in B1 level classes at a private language institution in Colombia. So the context of our project is at a private language institution. This institution offers English courses at A1, A2, B1, and B2 level. Students are young adult learners ranging in age from 17 to 30 years old, and teachers hold a bachelor's degree in teaching English, and their English level is above B2. This course is divided into two modules. The first module covers 6 units, and after Unit 6, they have to take a midterm exam, and then they cover the other 6 units, and after this, Unit 12, they have to take the PET exam. The procedure of analysis consisted of 2 steps. The first step, we collect examinations for the B1 course. Then we identified listening sections and the amount of tasks in each examination. And then we describe the test specifications to understand why the test is the way it is and the relation of the test with the course. In the second step, we analyze each listening task to categorize the type of knowledge, the forms of assessment, and the type of activities. So in our preliminary findings, we found that we could identify 2 types of examinations: the test that comes from the course book testing package, which is part of the institutional curriculum, and the mock of the PET exam. When organizing the examinations of the whole B1 level, it was notable that from 12 tests, only 5, represented by a 42%, included a listening section. So this low representation of listening in the overall test may confirm the acknowledged fact that listening and listening assessment are still neglected in language teaching. When we analyzed the test specifications of each of the examinations, we found out that the tests that are coming from the course curriculum and the tests from the external package have different goals and respond to different listening constructs. I mean, while the unit test focuses on measuring the decoding skill covered in class, the midterm and the PET exam focus on testing the learner's proficiency at the B1 level. This means that these tests, the midterm and the PET exam, are assessing the ability to understand and respond to what they are listening to what students are listening to. In the second step, we have to analyze the type of knowledge in listening assessment tests, and we found out that unit tests are addressing the phonological knowledge associated with the understanding of spoken English. The listening task in the midterm exam addresses not only this spoken recognition of words and lexical phrases, but also pragmatic knowledge, the ability of following the flow of given information versus new information. So according to the identification of the test specifications, probably the tasks in the midterm exam attempt to resemble the same type of knowledge that international exam assesses. That's why it's different from the unit tests. Task impact, they not only integrate phonological aspects, but also lexical, pragmatical, and general knowledge, since the purpose of this type of examination is to prove that the learner can do what the Common European Framework has described at the B1 level. So when we analyze the forms of listening assessment, listening tasks in the unit test, we found that these tasks have the same form. All of them are dictation tasks. This may raise concerns about the lack of variety in the unit test. And this lack of variety, as Cárcamo and Morales stated, deprive learners from having the chance to get familiarized with the PET form or with tasks that are more similar to international examinations, such as the PET. We consider that this is probably right because we found that with regard to the tasks in PET, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 4 are multiple choice question tasks. And Part 3 is a closed task involving a single response. And only during the whole B1 course, only in the midterm exam, we found an attempt to include listening tasks that in form look similar to the tasks that we can find in PET. Then for the analysis of the type of communicative listening activities, um, in the study conducted by Morales and Beltran in 2006 about the use of authentic material to develop listening, they pointed out that most of the listening material from course books involve the listeners in an unreal and almost perfect language use, which designers consider as useful. However, they also stated that learners need to be exposed to other type of listening where they can face more authentic situations. Actually, they found out that listening activities related to real speech, such as films, cartoons, news, were the most difficult for students. Therefore, assessing a student's listening ability with the same type of listening as it is happening with the course curriculum test packages, which is only addressing listening to audio media and recordings, um, gives them few possibilities to students to know how they would do it in other type of communicative listening activities. Different from the PET exam, we found that only in the first part of the PET, students or test takers, in this case, are exposed to listening to public announcements and instructions, listening to audio media and recordings, and listening to conversations between native speakers. So through the whole PET exam, we found a variety of communicative listening activities. And this may be due to the fact that this exam is aligned to the principles and approach of the Common European Framework, and its purpose is to assess proficiency in English. Um, so, although students in the institution, they have to take the mock PET as the final exam once they have finished all the contents from the course curriculum for the B1 level. We consider that probably an achievement test would be more suitable for assessing the skill proposed by the course curriculum and also to the topics covered during the classes. So in this way, the results will inform the effectiveness of the listening approach described by the course curriculum. Because so far, as you can see, evidence has shown that the listening section always score the lowest. These results are from 2017 to 2019. So our preliminary conclusions about the whole situation and the whole analysis is that unit tests are assessing mostly phonological knowledge and mainly listening to audio media and recordings. This doesn't seem to align to all the learning goals from the B1 level descriptors of the Common European Framework. Therefore, there is a misalignment between the examinations used at the B1 level in the institution. From the progress made till now in characterizing the listening assessment, some implications have emerged regarding two aspects: curriculum alignment and teachers' assessment literacy. For curriculum alignment, according to a study in Argentina from Latimer 2009, he recommends that if you're going to include the PET in your curriculum, you should include it as extracurricular activities, the preparation as extracurricular activities, in order to not disrupt the holistic communicative language purpose of the institution. And also, regarding teachers' assessment literacy, we consider that these implications would influence the decisions about how to prepare teachers, to make them aware of the type of test they receive from the course curriculum test package, and how they can make informed decisions to improve the way listening is being approached and assessed at the institution. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, you can find us at our emails, at Professor Rosado emails, or to my email, rojasana@uninorte.edu.com. Thank you very much.